Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 20 of Ayodhya Kanda. In the previous chapter, we have seen Rama on meeting Dasharatha and Kaikeyi, came to know about their decision, expressed no anguish and no change in his mood, and simply accepted whatever is the decision by the great king Dasharatha as, as instructed, as commanded, or as demanded by Queen Kaikeyi, and simply relinquished whatever the position given to him. He returned to see his mother. Perceiving that lion among men, Sri Ramachandra, his palms joined in a gesture of farewell, coming forth from his father's apartment, the ladies of the inner chamber began to lament loudly, saying, Tell Sri Ramachandra, who fulfilled all our desires without awaiting the injunction of his royal father, who is our sole refuge. Today is going into exile. From his birth he has honored and respected us as his own mother, Queen Kausalya. When we have spoken harsh words to him, he was never angry, nor did he ever give any cause for displeasure. That prince who ever reconciled those who are affronted is today going into exile. Our king, acting like an ignorant man, is determined to destroy his subjects and is sending Rama, who is the sole support of all beings, into exile. Thus, weeping bitterly, all the maids of honor and maidservants of the king lamented like cows bereft of their calves. King, hearing their cries of distress, deeply afflicted with grief of his son, overcome with shame, fell down on his couch. Sri Ramachandra, grieving for the woes of his relatives, breathing like a mighty elephant, approached his mother's apartments with Lakshmana. Entering there, he beheld at the first gate the venerable and aged guardian of the door and his attendants, who rose on perceiving the prince, crying Jai, Jai to him. Reaching the second gate, he met with the aged Brahmins honored by the state for their great learning. Saluting them, he entered the third gate where women, the aged, and children were keeping guard. The women gave their blessings to Prince and went to inform Queen Kausalya of Sri Rama's arrival. According to scriptural injunctions, the queen had spent the whole night worshipping Sri Vishnu, desirous of her son's good. Clad in a silken sari, she was pouring oblations into the sacred fire with joy. Sri Rama, entering the chamber of his mother, beheld her offering oblations into the sacred flame. He beheld there the sacrificial articles prepared for the worship of the gods curds, rice, butter, sweetmeats, rice cooked in milk, garlands of white flowers, sesame seed, fill, and jars filled with pure water. Sri Rama saw the fair complexioned queen in a white robe, emaciated through long fasts. After a time, perceiving her son Sri Ramachandra, she ran towards him as a mare runs toward to meet its foal. Embracing him, inspired by maternal love, she addressed the great Rama with gentle and affectionate words. O my son, may you become aged and righteous like the royal sages. May you attain the age appropriate to your dynasty. May you acquire renown and fulfill your family duties. O dear prince, now approach your truth loving father who awaits you today to appoint appoint you as the regent of the kingdom. Offering her son a seat, she placed before him sweetmeats. Sri Rama, touching them only with joined palms, humbly addressed her. He ever affectionate and now showing even greater tenderness in protecting his mother's honor, said, O goddess, you are not yet acquainted with the great calamity that threatens us. I must go to the Dandaka forest and have come to seek your sanction. It is the season of sorrow for you, Sita and Lakshmana. Now entering the forest, my seat will be of kusha grass and there, residing for 14 years, I shall live on honey, roots, and fruits. The king has conferred the regency on Prince Bharata, and I, giving up royal fare, must enter the forest to eat the food of ascetics there. By the king's command, Bharata will be installed as regent. For 14 years, it is ordained that I shall live in the forest, practicing asceticism, far from the haunts of men. The forest from henceforth will be my home. Fruits and berries will be my food. Hearing these words, the queen Kausalya fell to the ground like the bow of fir tree severed from the trunk by an axe, resembling a nymph fallen from heaven or a phantom tree struck down, she fell. Sri Ramachandra raised her to her couch, her body soiled with dust, like a steed that has rolled on the floor, and gently brushed away the dust with his own hands. Queen, worthy of every happiness, seated by her son, filled with distress, addressed him in the presence of Sri Lakshmana. O child, O Rama, have you not been born in my womb, I would have suffered the distress of being childless, but I should have been spared this sorrow. O my son, were I a barren woman, I should not have been thus afflicted. For a barren woman, there is only one grief, that of being childless. The fortune that befalls a wife, alas, was not to be enjoyed by me for long. I was having a son, I looked for happiness, but now, though chief queen, I must bear the piercing words of my rival consorts, no longer showing me deference. What greater calamity can befall a woman? Insults that will be heaped upon me without you will prove unendurable. Alas, this is the season of unfathomable grief and affliction. O my son, when you are gone, I shall cease to live. As chief queen, I have already borne great provocation. Now serving Kaikeyi, I shall be deemed lower than her maidservants. Indeed, some say I am already her slave. Those who attend me will desert me on beholding Bharata made regent. Then Queen Kausalya, growing angry, began to utter bitter words, saying, how shall I, thus afflicted, look on the face of Kaikeyi? O Rama, 17 years have passed since you did receive the holy thread. Normally, a person of Kshatriya clan he undergo this holy thread ceremony at the age of 12 years. And by these words of Kausalya, where she mentions that his holy thread ceremony was done 17 years back, one calculates to see that at this point of time, when he is going to the forest, Rama is aged 27 years, 12 years before his sacred thread ceremony, and 17 years after that sacred thread ceremony. Since after that sacred thread ceremony, I have lived in expectation of your installation and the termination of my sorrows, but now I must suffer further. I shall not be able to endure this. O Rama, I shall not be able to suffer the contumely of other queens in my old age. O child, not beholding your countenance resembling the full moon, how shall I bear this miserable life? I have kept innumerable fasts, worshipped the gods, and nourished you till now. Yet, unfortunate as I am, it has proved to me in vain. Surely my heart is made of stone that it has not been broken today. It resembles a river in the rainy season that does not overflow under continued rain. Surely death has forgotten me, or there is no room in his abode. Had it not been so, he would have carried me hence today like a dove carried away by a lion. Assuredly, my heart must be as hard as iron that it is not riven under this affliction. Oh, why does not the earth open and engulf me? It seems one cannot die before the time appointed. Those sacred austerities, fast, meditation, and penance undertaken for the prosperity of my child have proved vain like seeds sown in a barren field. At this time of sorrow, I might die, threatened with my separation, threatened with your separation. I should embrace death as willingly as a cow deprived of its calf. O my son, of what use is life now to me, robbed of the sight of your face resembling the full moon? Nay, I will follow you to the forest like a feeble cow following its calf. Queen Kausalya, the mother of Rama, afflicted and helpless, realizing her own unfortunate position and her sons to be bound in the service of earth, lamented like a canary whose offspring has been made captive. Thus ended chapter 20 of Ayodhya Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmira Puravasini Kamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime. Bye.